fire, 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 fire.
So there is this streamer out there named Hassan. I'm sure many of you know who he is. Some of you probably like him. Others might hate him. Like many political figures online, he is polarizing. You see, Hassan has been around this internet.
If you make your entire identity centered around politics, don't be surprised when people like have extremely polarizing views on you.
Game for quite some time.
People can't look past
and over
it.
the years, he has become increasingly more progressive with his views. And at this point, I would describe him as basically alt-left. Like even Ethan Klein, who has become very much a
Holy shit. Ethan Klein looks so different, dude. Dude, look at Ethan, man. He looks so different from like 10 years ago.
leftist couldn't deal with his nonsense.
Actually, you know what? Go listen to his song. People say, I need to go listen to his song. This is bullshit. Please, go listen to his song.
And over the past couple of days, Hassan has now been going viral on Twitter after he made the take that streaming is harder than any other job, at least from a social battery draining standpoint.
It's not. I can ban people very easily. I can ban people in my stream. I can ban people in my stream that I don't like. If I'm working as a nurse and someone shits on my fucking, like, shoes, I can't ban them out of the hospital. People are mad because you said that? Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're allowed to be mad.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired. But a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean?
Yes, it does. It absolutely does.
In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Now, just off the bat,
no. Not really. Like, yes, it's annoying dealing with stupid fucking people. Oh yeah, I have sounds on. My bad. Sorry, YouTube frogs. I turned them off. Yeah. He's just picking strawberries in the fields for 10 hours in 100-degree weather. Well, he did preface and say specifically that it's back-breaking work. But I just have to disagree. As a streamer, it's not that bad. It's really not. It's hard when you have 10 viewers or 5 viewers. Like, yes, turning on your stream is hard. Are we tiring you, Alana? Not really. The only thing that's tiring is having to use, like, my brain to talk. Like, I'm gonna be honest, the only thing that gets tired are my vocal cords or, like, me fucking screeching sometimes. It's out of context. My guy, I have seen the entire 10 minutes before and after. Hi, Snake, what's up? No, seriously, I have seen the whole context. How about now? No. No. I don't have a brain. You're right, but I do need to yap a lot.
I find his take to be not only very privileged, but also just not based in reality. And with this being Hassan, and so many people disliking him, anytime he gives people this type of ammo with just a stupid take, it's essentially like that scene from SpongeBob where it's like,
how many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? You know, everyone gets their turn with the beating stick, and they're essentially just passing this guy around completely.
Again, if he wasn't such a disliked figure, nobody would really care. Genuinely. He's just an ass.
Trashing him. Now, in response to that clip going viral, this is what Hassan had to say. It is wild how this completely out of context clip made its way to Twitter so fast. I was talking about how much a 9-hour stream eats away at my social battery and how I can't socialize after. Comparing it to
So? Yeah, and being a nurse, working like 9 hours a day, 12-hour shifts. Social battery, you get shit on, fucking people burp on you, people treat you like shit, you probably don't get paid enough. The reason people are so mad about it is because Hassan has not worked a normal 9 to 5 straight out of college. He had a job at TYT, which is owned by his uncle. That's what I'm saying. If he didn't have such a polarizing political stance and he had a job straight out of college through his family, like, yes, boo-hoo, yes, I can't socialize, yes, it sucks, yes, who cares? Must be hard to leave the empty chair reacting. I don't watch Hassan videos or like anything like that, but it does suck. Yeah, streaming does suck just a little bit. Bro needs to work in a hospital that should drains your soul. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Absolutely, positively, absolutely. He's a fragile soul, we have to care. I just think that the take is not it. I can't socialize. It means that he can't, like, I don't know, sit in a Discord and yap with his friends after work. Because it is work. Streaming is work. I'm not arguing that, you know? I know what he means. I totally get it. I don't want to talk to people after I'm done streaming. I understand that completely. I yap for 6 hours a day. I can't socialize probably means go out with friends. No, it means like you don't really want to talk to one. I know what it means. I know what he's talking about. Especially coming from him who has never worked a real job in his life. Yeah, exactly. The thing that makes it so bad is that he's never had a real job. He worked for the Young Turks, for God's sake, through a family connection. He's very entitled. Was a nurse, but it doesn't matter what profession. Being micromanaged at any job after work, waking up, force feeding, shitting, showering, and dressing, driving to your job, spend 8 hours a day being told what to do. He worked for marketing, buying ad space on Facebook for the Young Turks. Bro. It doesn't compare to streaming. No, it doesn't. I'm just saying there is a social draining thing. There is a social draining thing, but it's not nearly as bad having to, like, you know, drive to work. I remember at one point my mom spent so much time driving to work that when I sat in the car with her during our, like, 1.5 hour rides to and from work, because I worked at, I went to college next to her work, she just wouldn't talk the entire time because she's fucking tired. And she's just autopilot driving. Sometimes we would say, hey, we want to get groceries. She would forget to make the turn. You know what I mean? Okay, let me watch the rest of the video.
To my sales job before, I recognize how fortunate I am every day. And he also posted this longer clip that I guess is supposed to provide some sort of context.
It doesn't provide any context. It just makes him more, there's more context, but it doesn't really help. Well, this isn't the point of chat saying dumb shit to one guy, the streamer. That guy has been around for 6 months. He's really cooked. He's tired of yapping? Sometimes I get tired of yapping. I still stream. How often does Hassan stream, I wonder? I kind of want to check. Twitch tracker Hassan B. Every day for 9 hours? Okay, he streams a lot. Yeah, he streams a lot. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 4.5, 1 day, 8, 7, 9. No, it's annoying, but that is a ton. However, he's probably, like, not yapping the whole time. Or at least not all the time. Holy shit. I don't know, man. Sure, yapping 9 hours a day, it's hard. No one argues. No, I'm not arguing that either. I'm just saying there are harder words. It's so draining. Yes, that's what annoyed me. And I fucking stream. He does have a bad habit of starting a video and then walking away. Dude. Okay. I think I would get absolutely fucking roasted by my chat for doing that. I never do that. I feel bad for pausing the video and going and taking a fucking leak.
social battery wise, unless you're in retail, it's very different. You're out of touch with them. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same fucking way as someone.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Having to put on a face.
All the accountants I know are depressed alcoholics.
What? I'm so mad. Guys, chill. It's not that deep. Like, I stream, and I used to have a real job. Not, like, this job that I have right now that I'm gonna quit soon, because, like, I actually want to do full-time streaming. I'm just saying, I had a retail job. I know what it's like to keep your mouth shut and wanting to, like, talk back. And you can't because you have a job. Like, you can't do that.
Someone who did a sales job, a real job, okay? I'm telling you, as someone who did both.
No, you didn't. What do you mean retail? Huh? He didn't? That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's just lying.
9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you.
People pleasing at your uncle's job. Huh?
Out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably fucking physical labor. It would not bother me, but I can't do
yeah, because you're sitting on your
social
ass.
shit. That's my point.
I mean, to me, the context here makes him look even more out of touch. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, every single job is going to have its pros and cons. Like, for me, my job can be kind of the opposite. My job can be very socially isolating. Sometimes I can go all day without really talking to anyone. You gotta spend a lot of time on the computer. But I also understand that that's pretty much the way it goes for any job where you have to work at home. And I'm also not going to sit here and say, oh, my job is so much harder than someone else's because it is socially isolating. And also,
and it also is draining in more ways than one. Some jobs are worse than others. Some jobs are easier. I'm not breaking my back, but I'm also yapping. You're not yapping as you do construction. It's just so stupid. Hold on. Someone says something. I found that kind of interesting. His viewers will believe anything he says because he just knows they don't look into anything. No, that's wrong. You want to know why? Look. Check this out. Ever since this happened, he started hemorrhaging followers. Like, actually hemorrhaging followers. People do care. Like, they do. Ever since this happened, he started losing a lot of followers. Like, I know it's irrelevant because sometimes he loses followers anyway, but I'm just saying he is hemorrhaging followers because people do notice. Don't ever say that people don't care. They do look into it, you know? They do. I believe it.
Let's be honest, you're not performing for 9 hours, dude. I mean, most of this guy's job is just watching YouTube videos and giving his political take.
And eating food.
That idiot can come work with me and start moving 80-pound bags of concrete kecking.
I just think that if he really was like one of us, you know what I mean? Like, as a peasant working in retail, or if I said I was a nurse, I'm not, or I was a nurse, I'm not. My point is, I could be more relatable in that field and say like, oh, you know, I used to have a job and I find streaming a little bit more demanding in the social department than when I used to work as a nurse. That seems like a reasonable statement to say. Like, yes, you don't have to yap 24/7. I don't know. I'm stretching this because, like, I am a streamer, but at the same time, you can't just compare, like, a 9 to 5 to fucking streaming. It's not that hard!
Like, half the time, I'm pretty sure this guy isn't even in the room, okay? The video's just playing, and he goes off to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Based. I'm kidding, that was a joke, but sometimes I do want to walk away, because I really need to pee. My kidneys hurt one time because I was holding in my pee during a react. It was really bad.
There are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people-pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are, like, I think, customer service type shit. But, like, if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's what like sucks your social battery, and you just tap.
Yeah, but the social battery is your stream. The reason why 9 to 5 jobs are so straining is because you can't ban your boss. You have to talk to your boss. Even if they treat you like shit, you can't talk back to them. You lose your job, that's it. Like, yes, you have a streamer persona and you have to keep it up, but it's not the fucking same. His only real job was nepotism, unless he didn't just try to sell me HRT or some shit like Joe Rogan. Bro, it's... I mean... I just can't believe he lied and said something like, oh yeah, I used to work in retail. I worked in sales. It's like, no, you didn't, man. What do you mean you worked the, what do you mean you worked the job? You got hired by your own uncle. All you had to do was fucking make Facebook ads for your fucking stinky ass fucking company. Yeah, quote unquote sales.
Tap out after it.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see Hassan try and do door-to-door sales or maybe some sort of cold calling and see how fast that type of job would suck the soul out of him. Pause. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, you are a millionaire sitting in a mansion reacting to YouTube videos, farming millions of dollars from your audience. And obviously, with this being Hassan, people began to make the typical arguments that they're going to say against him because he does present himself as a socialist online. They say Hassan Piker taking a private jet to Coachella because he's a principled anti-capitalist.
Yeah, it looks a little bit bad, doesn't it, chat? Chat, how about I get a private jet? Chat, how's it sound? Me? Private jet to TwitchCon?
And that's always kind of been a talking point against this guy because he does live in a mansion, he drives several fancy cars, he's out here apparently taking private flights, and what they're essentially saying is, yeah, dude, you hate on capitalism all the time, you act like you're some big socialist, but then in your free time you choose to indulge in capitalism as much as—
And also you got a job from your uncle. That would not work. In other cases, man.
My guy Mudahar comes in with his take where he says, streaming is by far the easiest, most privileged jobs one can have. If you're successful, the rewards far outweigh any of the negatives. Facts. Compared to any—
Can chat use the private jet?
No, you're not allowed. Where's your mansion? I don't got one. I wish. Then you wouldn't hear my dog barking all the time from my neighbors.
Service job, cybersecurity or nursing, you'll find something actually exhausting. And now this guy comes in with his take about Mudahar's take where he says, fuck it, I'm doing bad faith arguments. Give a nurse or a cybersecurity expert a camera and tell them to talk about politics in front of 20,000 people for 9 hours a day, every day for a year, and see how long they can go before they quit from harassment or lose viewership because they suck.
Bro, I could pander to one side or the other so easily. It is so easy to pander. You're just basically being a shill and telling people what they want to hear. Such a dumb take. Yeah, it's literally grifting. Yeah. You're not your own person. That is so cooked, man.
You'll see a lot of comments on Twitter trying to defend Hassan in this way, and to me it's just such a stupid argument because—
Why won't you pander to me, Cinder6 cry?
I am pandering to you. You're a VTuber, Enjoy. What do you mean?
Because they don't take account that he's making millions of dollars to do so. Like, this is almost the equivalent of me telling a school teacher who's complaining about their salary, yeah, well, you go play shortstop for the New York Yankees, you go play power forward for the Lakers, let's see how you fucking like it. Like, at the end of the day, doing streaming as a job when it comes to the pay versus—
So what color is your Bugatti? Or I guess in this case, what color is your private jet?
God, I wish. No. I wish, man. I'm saving. I'm actually pretty sure that Hassan doesn't pay his staff either. I need, like, an actual annotation. Blue? If I had a private jet, yes, it would be like a light blue color. It would be sick. It'd be so cool. Although I don't know if light blue would be a good color to have in the sky. My private jet is the invisible color.
He uses volunteers, he has said before.
Imagine being a volunteer. I don't know, man. Some people are just so stupid.
Most planes are white or off-white due to thermal issues and sun reflectivity.
Oh, okay, I'll just draw anime girls on mine then. Imagine. No! You guys are volunteers in a different way, man. These are volunteers that, like, do, like, make content for him and shit. Yeah.
The amount of effort you have to put in, especially for, like, these top-level streamers who have already made it and are getting, like, millions of dollars a month. And I would say it's a very fair assessment that they're all very privileged. I mean, I'm extremely privileged in my job. I'm not too out of touch where I can't recognize that. Like, you want to talk about mentally exhausting, you want to talk about socially draining. Like, I have friends who work out in the oil field. I'm talking about 12-hour shifts on their feet. I'm talking about missing birthdays, missing holidays.
And getting health complications because you're doing back-breaking labor. Or being exposed to, like, chemicals that eventually kill you faster than everyone else. You have a lower life expectancy. Sometimes you get fucked because insurance doesn't cover, you know, what is it called? Like, having, like, illnesses down the line. Found an article about it? No, I don't care that much. I believe it's, like, a volunteer thing. Yeah, like, it's fucked up. All the fiberglass I've breathed in. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, yes, I've seen some fucked up shit from, like, people sending me horrific, like, messages to me and telling me to kill myself, but it's not, it doesn't bother me. I can also just fucking ban them out of my fucking chat and never talk to them again. Sometimes I come back after work and I don't even want to say hi to my roommate and my job is not even hard. Yeah! That's how I feel sometimes when someone calls me after work. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. People telling me to go off myself makes me stronger. Base.
Working with a bunch of felons. So if I were to sit here and say, like, oh, my job is so hard because it's socially isolating. My job is so hard because I get tired of doing the same thing every day. Like, if I were to say those things, I would feel like a bitch. Because I know how hard some of my friends are working. I know people who are completely educated, with years of work experience, who cannot find a job right now. And so with this situation, Hassan is going to take his moment to kind of lean into the bait, where someone says, what's harder than this? And obviously this just looks like a disgustingly terrible, grueling job to have, no matter how much money you're making to do it. And Hassan says, sarcastically, that Twitch streaming is harder.
I mean, he's just fucking being a troll at this point.
Okay, kind of just poking fun at all the quote-unquote haters out there.
He's just
now,
trolling,
another popular streamer out there, Osmongold, stepped into
Osmongold, chat, it's Osmongold.
to give his take on the situation.
Imagine giving a presentation for 9 hours straight. It's like, after a while, you would be like, I don't...
He's being very disingenuous. It's not a presentation. You're reacting a lot of the time. Osmongold, yeah, it's Osmond.
Or the department manager just occasionally is just like, hey, you suck, bitch.
Chad, you're not like that. You don't say that to me. No.
Bald ass bitch, you fell off.
React within a react.
Shut up.
Off, huh?
Yeah, you suck,
We're gonna remember
man.
this in your performance review. You fat
I mean, I had that happen to me one time. Not the fat fuck part, but I did have someone, I was working in retail and my manager was just like, man, you're not doing a good enough job. You suck. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Just said it to my face.
stupid ass.
Oh my god,
You
guys,
dumbass,
can you believe that
stinky-ass,
random
smelly-ass
people online type mean comments? Like, this guy is years into the internet game, and he's gonna
With his
really try and
React
act
content.
like negative comments or mean people online bother him. Like, I get that it is a big part of Twitch to interact with your chat, But I feel like if you're gonna be a figure on the internet, pretty early on you have to learn to not really give a fuck about what anyone says, whether it's good or bad. Like, people are gonna praise you when you're up and try and take you out when you're down, but you can't really give a fuck because that's kind of just the nature of the beast. It kind of just comes with the job.
He says that he gets exhausted socially because he's talking to people for 9 hours a day.
Complaining about your job is just so disingenuous. When it's something as privileged as streaming, when only, like, I don't know, like, let's just say 10,000. That's like a low ball where they make enough to sustain themselves. That's 10,000 people out of millions who try. People don't want to hear it, even if it's true. Even if I complain and say, "Oh, yapping is hard, Chad. I hate yapping. I hate reacting. I hate playing video games in front of everybody." It does suck. It does suck sometimes when you get stuck on a boss and everybody's telling you fucking suck at the game. But in the end, you just have to not care. Is the top 1% of like 5 viewers? I don't fucking I don't freaking know. However, I was saying more like making enough to sustain yourself. You barely play games. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. You barely play games. All you do is yap. Well, no, I don't play games because you suck.
Hey, you really think that's not true?
People aren't saying it's not true. I think people are just saying you don't really have the right to complain about it when the pros outweigh the cons so much. And the pros in this situation being that he's a fucking millionaire, sitting in his house all day,
eating fucking chicken.
Still making millions of dollars for a very minimum amount of effort.
I mean, you really think it's not true that after you spend
I should do that, man.
9
I should stuff
hours
my face.
being investigated by thousands of people with every facial movement, everything you say, every word, with people constantly trying to disagree with you and fight with you, that's not like socially draining.
I mean, Osman, you can't even clean your room, dude. You are a
No, he can. He just chooses not to.
multi-millionaire who refuses to hire a maid, and you just choose to live in filth. You choose to have a pet cockroach. Like, I'm sorry, but anyone who chooses to live like this, especially who has the means not to, I can't really take anything they say seriously. Like, my grandmother always told me it cost nothing to be clean. Like, there is
no, it does. It costs effort to be clean.
No excuse to be a dirty motherfucker. I just think when some of these guys want to give like a real world point of view, they end up coming off brain dead because they are so out of touch with reality when it comes to the actual jobs people have to work, the actual stresses of life, especially right now with the current...
The Dr. Peppers, man. The Mountain Dew. Sorry, I'm like hyper analyzing this. There's like some donuts. There's some bottles. There's a Dr. Pepper. There's like some Wendy's or something. There's a Pepsi.
State of the economy, the housing market, compared to what people are getting in return at these jobs.
Hassan can be fulfilled creativity if chooses where people in real jobs don't get the option.
Yeah. Did you ever see the video of Asman cleaning his room? Yes, I was there. I actually watched him clean his room for charity. Yes. I was there at the time. It was like 5 years ago when he started cleaning his room.
In form of payment. Like, most people are not going to want to hear this shit. They don't want to hear about your little, woe is me story while you're raking in millions. And they can't afford their rent. They can't afford to buy groceries. They can't afford to go out and do anything fun. Like, I know so many people my age who are completely educated. They tried to do everything right, everything the way the system told them to do it, and now they just feel completely screwed. Like, they're still having to live with their parents and they're approaching 30 years old. They don't...
Well, okay, hold on. I'm pretty sure his cleaning issue only got worse after his mother died. Nah, that's not true. This is way worse. What is it called? This particular picture is from years ago. They filmed Asman's house. It was not nearly as bad as this. It's really not. Like, he actually had room to sit down and shit. Yeah. To be fair, Asman said something else in his new video. I didn't watch it completely. Well, I mean, he probably just reiterated what he said on Twitter and shit.
Don't own a house. All they really have is debt to their name. Like they don't want to hear your privileged ass hot takes from your nasty ass room. But I genuinely want to know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. How do Hassan's comments make you feel? Do you think there's some merit in what he's saying? Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman. And some other out-of-touch influencers out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!
No. Mommy! Piss. Shit! Piss. Fuck. Fucking shit on calm. Piss myself. Fuck. Piss. Fuck. Piss.